Всем привет на нашем ETCD оператор комьюнити мите. Пожалуйста, добавляйтесь в док. И сегодня мы не видим никого нового. Напомню, что у нас есть телеграм-группа, можно зайти посмотреть, позадавать вопросы. Есть телеграм-группа официального ETCD оператора. Агенда. Состояние оператора CNCF. Короче, было несколько метов. Дело двигается достаточно медленно, но тем не менее двигается. На данный момент создан репозиторий. Очень интересно посмотреть, как SIG-ETCD организуют вообще разработку оператора. То есть они сначала сделали survey, потом собрали какие-то результаты, потом, исходя из этого, сделали roadmap, и теперь по этому roadmap... Okay. Robert, hi. We just started in Russian, so now we can switch to English. So
you can continue in Russia.
you understand it a little bit?
Yeah, not all, but you can, as you wish.
No, I think it is not a problem. Everybody here speak English, so it shouldn't be a problem. So we are talking about the state of official SIG-ETCD operator. And I just tell it very interesting how they organize the process itself. So they created survey, then collected results, and then they created public roadmap. And according to this roadmap, they prepare to evaluate existing ETCD operators. There is created project. It is already on SIG ETCD IO/ETCD operator. So nothing done here yet, but there is one pull request which appends the survey result. I'm not sure how fast they will go with this process planning. I hope we're gonna see something on the next meeting. But anyway, they created few documents. I mentioned them here. The first one is how they going to evaluate the existing operators to make decision to use existing ETCD operator or use some other ETCD operator, or to start from scratch. Right now, I see there are just two candidates. This is our ETCD operator and Gartner ETCD Druid. Both can't work as they expected, so they really expect that we will use member add and member remove commands when we're adding new members. But none of existing operators using this. So I think if we will implement it in the next few weeks, it might be a really good reason to choose our operator as base. Because the rest things from their roadmap are almost implemented. I know most of the things, except the scaling down, scaling up, and we have to use member add and member remove options for functions for this. ETCD Druid also can't do this operation yet. I think this is not the main focus of ETCD Druid, because they provide, they mainly focused on backup and restoring mechanisms and other things, but not scaling the cluster itself and doing this properly. That's it. Another thing about ETCD Druid, that for running ETCD, they also provide, they use their custom binary, which calls like wrapper binary, which runs ETCD itself. which is also not good and not expected from CNCF folks. So I think our operator have big chance to be taken as base. They didn't like that we use stateful set for now, but we already pushed the information that we decided to use it for beginning, and that we can swap to custom pod controller later. I think at this point get accepted. This is about the state. If you're interested, you can check those docs, their survey result, what features are expected. You can also see recordings if you didn't attend previous meeting of ETCD. There something interesting might be found. I don't see anything else in our agenda, so let's swap to OpenFlower. And Timofey says that let's plan manageable sprint for next 2 weeks.
Yeah. So
sorry, Timothy. Can I ask
sure.
Andrei?
Go ahead.
Can you put the link for a previous meeting for CNCF into document?
You want to join? Those links are mentioned here in our agenda. You can find them in our doc.
Okay. So there is also the recording.
You want to find? Actually, I don't know. Where can I find the doc for this ETCD meeting? Maybe someone else have this in chat. I think it was there. Give me a second.
It is not urgent. Yeah, just I wanted to.
Yeah, okay. I will find and put it there.
Okay.
Timothy, please go ahead and introduce your subject.
Yeah. So I'm only just back from my summer vacations. But anyway, the last things that I was doing on our operator, I was refactoring a bunch of our pull requests. So it was possible to merge some things and prepare some pull requests for later. And I stumbled on some flaky tests. And that was the last of our meetings until my vacation. But as I understand, not much has been done during August. So what I think would be a good start right now is to get back to work on fixing these flaky tests. I think that's mentioned in some of our previous meeting minutes. And it would be nice to understand who currently has the bandwidth to do some work on our operator. Artyom, go ahead.
Yeah, I just raised my hand that I can work on tests. I've already mentioned it in our Telegram chat, but unfortunately, had no time till now, and now I have time. So I will start working on the on tests. And hopefully it will take less than 2 weeks.
Sure. Okay. Does anyone else feel that they will have some time over the next 2 weeks to code something?
Probably I will have some time in the next 2 weeks.
Okay. Then I will write up an action item after this meeting. and I will try to plan among the three of us something realistic, so that by our next meeting, we will not have these flaky failing tests. And if all goes well, then hopefully I will be able to contribute like part of a new feature as well. But I guess the main thing right now is to have working tests, so work is not interrupted by that kind of issue.
Good, thank you. Do you have any idea how can you split tasks for Kirill as well?
Yeah, I mean, these tests are kind of isolated from each other, so everyone just grabs a test that's failing, and we refactor it to maybe use the Go client library instead of calling a binary and whatnot.
So yeah, the first task should be fixing flaky tests, and the second task is finishing your PR.
Absolutely.
We're talking about end-to-end tests or integration tests.
If we will open, let me find one of my more recent pull requests. Now, it wasn't supposed to be changing anything functional, but some of the tests there failed, and so that's pull request number 259. Here. It has some, yeah.
As I can see, both integration and end-to-end tests, some of pipelines are failed.
Yeah.
Okay, I will take a look.
Thank you. Yeah, we also spoke on ETCD SIG meeting about certificate management. There were an interesting point that there are no custom cert manager for OpenShift. So it looks like a standard project, and we can even implement certificate management API in our API. So we can call it. Not sure if it is important right now. Just wanted to mention this. Previously, we decided to not depend our operator on certificate to cert manager because we were afraid of external dependencies. But as can we see, the many operators are depending on it, and I think it shouldn't be a big problem for using it in our API as well. But
so the one in OpenShift depends on it directly.
You mean it's the operator for OpenShift?
Yeah.
Not sure how it works, but previously we were thinking that OpenShift has their own cert manager. So we decided to not depend on cert manager because we expected that it can be not even installed on every cluster. So we decided to use just secrets, and somebody told that ETCD should be reading secrets even after, even without restart. So it should be working just by getting external resources.
Yeah, I think that it does that from version 3.2 or so.
From our point, from my point of experience, I can say that we using ETCD in Cozy Stack. It is working fine in existing state. Sometimes there might be problems when you want to replace the node because you have to remove members and add them manually. And the only possible way to do this is using ETCD, kubectl etcd plugin that I wrote. Because without it, it might be really complicated to get all the certificates, generate client certificate, and access ETCD cluster itself. So many tasks should be done before you get access to ETCD API. If you're using SSL, it is really a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's. It might also be a pain if the cluster is not exposed. Yeah.
So I think it might be also interesting task to make etcd kubectl etcd plugin binary, generate it, build it, and push it into releases page to make it simply available for everyone.
Yeah, that sounds like a very interesting and useful thing. So basically the same as ETCD CTL with the same set of commands, but that takes, say, a name and namespace for the ETCD cluster.
Yeah, for now it implements slightly different commands than etcd CTL have, but I think we can even update it to have the same commands. There are some commands which are simplified for the user. For example, you can say etcd for vault leader, and it will change leadership automatically. So you will not need to find. Actually, the design of this plugin borrowed from Thales CTL ETCD. This here. So the set of commands like this. One more command is added is add member. So there's remove member, and I also added add member because it is really useful nowadays when we have no automatic recovery. So you have to remove the failed member and edit it manually. Not sure if we should use these commands or should we implement traditional etcd CTL for it. I don't know. This is up to discussion. To me, this set of commands is enough for doing almost the diagnostic and recovery for existing etcd cluster running in Kubernetes.
Yeah, this looks like a very useful tool.
Not sure how can we make CI to publish it into here, into assets. Maybe somebody have experience in that. It can be actually build it from CMD kubectl etcd. And when it will be published, I can contribute it to crew registry. And this is registry for kubectl plugins. So I think it might also be interesting for someone because this plugin can also be used for other etcd implementations. For example, either you run it in as Helm or Bitnami chart. It has common logic for all of them because the only option it needed is to specify pods. So, okay, I will prepare a task and maybe someone will take it.
Yeah, prepare an issue because I don't think any of us here know very well about GitHub Actions, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds right. I think the nice folks who made us the GitHub Actions are now don't have any free time right now.
Yeah, they kind of disappeared.
Interesting tool I found. It's called Go Releaser. Lately, I was writing Talm projects, and I was configuring the GitLab CI pipeline, and I configured it with single task run Go Releaser. And finally, it has just one configuration file here. In Go template, you can specify how you would like to name these files. And finally, it will generate releases. Every time when you're creating tag, it will create a new release, write change log, and publish all the binaries. So I think it might be also consider it to replace existing CI pipelines in our ETCD operator project. The only tasks should be kept is building ETCD Docker image.
I don't think it will replace because we use standard kube operator. I forgot the name of this command line utility that generates every config for operator.
Kube builder.
Say it one more time, please.
Kube builder.
Kube builder, yeah. We use standard makefile for almost standard makefile for building, so I don't think it will replace, but for this CLI kubectl etcd, it might be useful.
Yeah, but in this way, we should also, there's some logic for release drafter, probably edited by Artyom. Not sure if it will be needed for this, because Go Releaser tool will also make releases. I think we can replace release drafter with Go Releaser, and it will also publish the binary and release itself, and other workflows will prepare building of Docker image.
Release drafter also adds labels to PRs. That's quite important, I think.
Got it. What kind of labels it adds?
Yeah, but there are a number of actions which act as auto labeler, so it's not the only option. If we want to replace the release drafter with any other releaser, we just need to add some auto labeler, and that's it.
I'm not sure if we should even doing this.
Yeah, that
because
well, the goal
fine.
the goal was to prepare the release description where changes are not only in changes section but also in kind of maintenance, documentation, and features and whatnot else. So
Yeah,
if
got it. Well, so far, I think it might, for adding ETCD kubectl ETCD operator, it should be done, sorry, it's kubectl ETCD binary, it should be published like this. We can ask Oleg, and he can confirm. Okay, I will write it down. Was it here? Yeah. Okay, good. Any other topics?
I'm good.
I can say that I have checked OpenShift cluster ETCD operator and couldn't find any mentions of cert manager.
I think because this cluster ETCD operator is mainly used for provisioning ETCD when Kubernetes is not available yet. So it is needed for generate static manifests and generate certificates, but other tools might use it. We somewhere had this list of existing operators. I think we can check the rest once. At least I can say that MariaDB operator using it.
Yeah, I was checking just ETCD operator, not others. Other operators probably use cert manager.
For running ETCD for tenant clusters, they use Hypershift project. And there also nothing about cert manager.
I assume that every project that uses some hooks uses cert manager. Almost every. Only some of them has their own implementation.
Yeah, you mean that they just imported the code for it? Or what do you mean?
I mean that that for hooks we need some generated certificates. CA,
for
inject
webhooks.
CA. Yes. And usually even KubeBuilder automatically creates these annotations to inject CA. So so I think that main part, the biggest part of operators uses this functionality. The only operator that doesn't use it that I saw is Gatekeeper.
Jinx and Grass also not using it. They have
yes. Okay.
specific Helm hook, which runs container, which generates certificates. Very,
to be honest,
very difficult, but independent.
I saw it previously, but now I am already not sure. I have never seen this job for a long time. But I will have a look.
Cool. Thank you. So if we have no other topics,
yeah.
If we have no other topics, I think we can finish this meeting. No topics. Okay. So in this way, going once, going twice.
Can I ask to stay here for a minute without recording?
Sure. So thank you everyone for visiting this meeting. I'm stopping recording.